Today, we're diving into a business report to answer one really interesting question. Is now the right time to open a car wash in India? Is it a smart move? Okay, so when you hear the words car wash, you might picture a pretty small, local, maybe informal setup, right? Well, I want you to take that image and just toss it out the window. The reality, when you look at the actual numbers, is something else entirely. Get this. We are talking about a market that's estimated to be worth $1.1 billion in 2024. And it's not just sitting there. It's on the move, projected to climb to nearly 1.9 billion by 2030. This isn't just a little bit of growth. This is a full-blown industry taking shape right before our eyes. So where in the world is all this growth coming from? Let's unpack this and see just how big this opportunity really is. Now here's where it gets really, really interesting. Despite that huge billion-dollar number, India's car wash industry is currently just a tiny sliver of the global market, only 2.6%. But you know what? That's not a weakness. That is the single biggest sign pointing to its massive potential for expansion. There's so much room to grow. This whole thing is being fueled by what you could call a perfect storm of changes. I mean, think about it. More and more people are living in cities, which means they have way less time and, frankly, less space to wash their own car. At the same time, incomes are going up, so more people can actually afford to pay for professional services. And then you have this whole other layer of water conservation rules and just a growing awareness about the environment, which is pushing people away from a wasteful home wash. It's shifting from a luxury to a smart choice. All this growth is sparking a really fundamental shift in the market. The old way of doing things is on its way out, and a new way is coming in. And it's right in the middle of that transition. That's where the real opportunity is. You've basically got a tale of two washes. On one side, you have the informal street washers. Yeah, they're cheap, but the quality can be all over the place, they waste a ton of water, and they're starting to get some heat from regulators. On the other side, you have these organized, professional service centers that bring quality, reliability, and eco-friendly tech to the table. It's not hard to see which way the wind is blowing. And hey, it's not just us saying it. The experts see this as a major inflection point. Right now, the organized sector is only about 15% of the market, but by 2030, it's projected to more than double its share to over 30%. That's a huge change. So let's say you're thinking about jumping in. Who exactly would you be serving? And what kind of services do you need to offer to win them over? Well, your customer base is actually pretty diverse. The biggest piece of the pie? That's your time-crunched urban professionals. But you're also looking at middle-class families who value reliability, wealthy car owners who want premium detailing, and even commercial fleets like taxis and logistics companies that need consistent bulk service. And you can structure your services in tiers to catch all these different groups. You can have a basic wash that gets a lot of people through the door, sure. But the real money, the serious profitability, is in those high-margin premium services. We're talking detailing, ceramic coatings. I mean, look at those margins. They can go over 50%. That's the engine of the business right there. Okay, this all sounds pretty amazing, but let's get real for a minute. What's the price of admission? Let's look at the actual costs and the major hurdles you'd have to clear.
So, the upfront investment is no joke. For a professional, mid-size setup, you're looking at anywhere from 40 to 80 lakh rupees. And that's to cover everything, getting the land, construction, and buying all that high-tech gear, especially those absolutely crucial water recycling systems.
And this is a big deal. This isn't a simple operation. To do this legally and sustainably, you've got to work your way through a whole maze of regulations. Environmental clearances, water permits, wastewater standards, plus all the usual business and labor laws. You have to understand, this is a serious regulated industry. But, and this is a really important but, for anyone who can clear those hurdles, the potential payoff is huge. The report points to a potential annual return on investment of a very, very healthy 20 to 35%, and you could break even in just 2 to 4 years. So the big question is, how do you make sure you land on the high end of that return? Well, the research boils it all down to 5 critical keys for success. All right, first up, location is absolutely everything. It can make or break your business. Second, you have to invest in that green tech. Water recycling is not optional anymore, and it saves you money. Third, offer more than just a basic wash. Those high-margin services are your profit engine. Fourth, think about subscription models. They stabilize your income and build amazing customer loyalty. And finally, go after those fleet contracts. Locking in consistent, high-volume business is a total game changer.
So there you have it. We've seen the billion-dollar market, we've seen the massive shift happening in the industry, and we've seen the clear path to profitability. The blueprint is right there. The only question left is, who's going to build on it?